Well, let's bring in our journalist, James Dorsey from Nanyang Technological University in Singapore. James, good to have you with us. So the Saudis seem to be putting forward an account that acknowledges Khashoggi's death, but says the Saudis
consistent in the version that they have put forward. It's going to really be, particularly after tomorrow, when President Erdogan speaks and, as we expect, puts the evidence that Turkey has on the table, Saudi Arabia will have to come up with a coherent and credible story.
Saudi's Gulf allies, of course, standing by it, including the UAE, Kuwait, Bahrain, Egypt. Is this going to be causing a split in the region?
Not really, not a split that you do not already have in the region. But what I do think you're seeing is that Saudi Arabia's Middle Eastern allies are rallying around it. Not all of them necessarily convinced that the Saudis did the right thing or are handling it well, but still feel that they need to put up a united front.
So what impact is all of this having on Saudi's international standing and its position as a Western ally?
I think that its international standing has been seriously damaged. How much that damage is and what the fallout of that damage will be will depend on the evidence and the details that Turkey puts forward tomorrow and how Saudi Arabia responds to that. That's also going to determine what Western reaction to the whole thing is, and whether Western parliaments or Western leaders take punitive action against Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, and that's something that President Trump, of course, doesn't want to do. He is looking for a resolution that doesn't involve blaming of the Saudi leadership or sanctions on Saudi Arabia. Is he going to be able to withstand that pressure? Because particularly, Republican senators are increasingly critical of Saudi Arabia.
I think Trump has put himself in a difficult position. Indeed, he wants to limit the damage to the degree possible. But he, too, cannot afford a story coming out of Saudi Arabia that is not credible. And that's particularly true with both Republicans and Democrats in the U.S. Congress very upset about what's happened and demanding that action be taken.
James, good to get your thoughts there. Thank you very much indeed for that. James Dorsey there. Now, Italy's government is pushing ahead with its spending plans, despite a warning from the EU to tighten its belt. The bloc says Italy's spending is too high relative to tax receipts and its budget deficit must come down. But Italy's populist coalition